that segment where we would open our phone lines. And this morning, we are going to be taking a second look at the president's pronouncement yesterday about having a 30-day National Youth Conference, which has generated significant interest across the country. This conference, he says, aims to tackle pressing issues such as unemployment, social justice, education, all of which affect the Nigerian youth. The president emphasized that youth will be consulted through their representatives on conference modalities and delegate selection. Additionally, the administration is implementing the 3 million technical talent program to build Nigeria's technical talent backbone. We want to hear from you and your perspective on what you think about this conference, whether or not you support a youth national conference. Do you think it's a genuine attempt to empower Nigerian youth, or just another talk shop by the president? Share your thoughts with us. The numbers will be displayed now on your screen. Call in, tell us what you think. Let us know whether this is something we need at this point in time. If not, what should we be concentrating on? I'm sure most of you listened to the president's speech yesterday and have followed some of the debates that have accompanied, that pronouncement. And for some, they've been wondering whether or not gathering youths from all over the federation to a venue and having some kind of talk shop is priority for us right now, or we should be channeling that energy into something else. For others, Nigeria is considered a youthful population, with the vast majority of its population being in that youth bracket. And so whatever affects the youth or would impact positively on the youth should be a priority for us as a country. As the president indeed noted, it will be an avenue to discuss unemployment, to discuss technical case talent and all of that. So do well to reach us on the numbers, and for a start, turn down the volume of your TV sets so that we can have a clean and clear conversation. We have our first caller. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from. Hello, good morning.
My name is David Moro, calling from Otobo State.
Okay.
David Moro.
Thank you very much. You're welcome, David. Please go ahead and share your perspective.
What you need in this Nigeria, and that people are dying. People are dying. Not this program now. People are dying. People are stealing food. People are
Mr. David, we are struggling to hear you. Your network is acting up. Please do well to call again and complete, and so that you can completely share your thoughts with us. But I mean, he mother makes the point. For him, people are starving.
People are starving. People are dying. People are jobless. People are unemployed. There are so many things that could have been addressed. But let's quickly take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. This is Mr. Mbede Gideon. I'm calling from Benue State.
All right, Gideon. Thank you so much for joining us. Go ahead. What's your thoughts?
My thought on this issue is this. The national conference for the youth that the president is talking about, I look at it as a waste of time. Does that stop the hunger on the ground? Does that stop the hardship that people are passing through? Okay, let me take us back to the national confab of 2014. Have we gotten any result from that national confab that was carried out in 2014 during the time of Goodluck Jonathan? The answer is no. Okay, now the national confab that is going to tell, okay, what are the youth actually going to discuss? Okay, after the discussion, does this yield result in Nigeria? No. So, looking at it, the presidential speech and what he speaks about yesterday, to me, as a Nigerian, I look at it as a mere wasting of time, and I think the president doesn't have any good thing for us. I was hearing him, he was analyzing, saying a lot of things, pointing at so many things, how some of the debts were being paid and all of that. But the money that they were realizing from this oil, it is not all of them that they can account for. It is not all of them that he is accounting for. Okay, come to think of it and come to think of his kind of lifestyle that he's living, going for yacht, buying Cadillac Escalade that worth 95 million naira. And Nigerians are dying. We voted for him. The electorate are dying. So what is he there to tell us? I think the presidential speech yesterday was a mere wasting of time, my sister.
Thank you very much, Gideon from Benue State.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gideon.
Himata makes the point. There are other priority areas, and he spoke to something also very germane. We have had a confab, that came up with all kinds of recommendations, that would impact almost every facet of our national life. Some of them would require constitutional amendment. Some others would require merely government acting on those recommendations. It is fair to say that 10 years down the line, we have not seen any positives. We have not taken any recommendations from those confab. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from? Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Can you please turn down the volume of your TV sets? Let us have your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, yes. Morning. Yes, sir.
You have to turn down the volume of your TV set. You can't be listening to yourself talking to us. Yeah.
Yes, sir. You are speaking with Lawal Adamu from Nasarawa State.
Good morning, Mr. Lawal Adamu from Nasarawa. What part of Nasarawa are you calling us from?
From Nasarawa State. Nasarawa State.
What part of Nasarawa State are you calling from? Lafia, Kefi, Akwanga? Where exactly?
Kefi. I'm calling from Kefi.
All right. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. The problem of this issue, sir, seriously, people have died with hunger. Hardship, everything is much. So please, I want to plead the federal government to take note of this. To just beg to reduce the fuel price of the fuel, so that please we can manage with our life. Because because of thousands of people that die because of hunger, hardship. So please, we should hold up to do something. Federal government, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and have a great day. I think what he's saying in a nutshell is simple and straightforward. We don't need a confab. We need you to cut down fuel prices. We need you to do something about food prices. And people think if they can cope in these two fronts, they can cope with anything.
Are they not seeing what is happening on social media? Are they not listening to the news? Are they not hearing what the president comes out every day and says, I have heard you. And then he repeats what he said previously when he said the first, I have heard you. And it's like, okay, do you think this confab is what these people need right now at this point in time? It's almost like they're repeating the same governance process over and over again. Let's quickly take this call. Good morning. What's your name or where are you calling from?
Hello.
Hello, good morning. I can hear you. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Benue State, Makodi.
All right, thank you for calling. Can you turn down the volume of your TV sets, please, so we could,
This is Tedo from Benue State, Makodi.
All right, Saidu, please, can you turn down the volume of your TV set and talk to us through your phone?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
It's about fuel issue. The fuel issue, the fuel, when they give us issues for this Benue State. If you can see now, we're buying fuel per liter is 1,200 per liter. It's very high. We can't afford that.
Hello. Hello. I think your mother makes his point. He thinks what his priority is the fuel price. He wants the fuel price to. He wants the president to do something, obviously, about the fuel price. And he says at 1,200 per liter, it is completely not sustainable. Remember, Benue is the food basket of the nation. If it would take 1,200 per liter to transport some of those foodstuffs out of that place, that means at the very onset, at the point of production, these foodstuffs are completely out of the reach of the ordinary man. We have another caller. Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from?
My name is David Tomorrow.
Welcome back, David Umaru. Please go ahead and finish your thoughts. Yeah.
My nickname is Nigeria. That's the little name. Hello?
Hello. Can you take that again, please?
Nigeria.
Yes. We are struggling to...
Even people who should have you don't need the program something now. We are struggling for this fuel. Let me do the fuel done so that we will go our things. We don't need anything. Don't need anything now. We are managing now. I'm talking to you now. We can't feed our family. We can't feed our family. The price of this cup of beef is 500 naira in our place here. Rice, a cup is 400 naira in our place here. We can't afford the 400 and the 500 naira to feed our family. Well, President Tinubu disappointed Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Mr. David Umaru from Otukpo in Benue State. So basically, he just re-echoes what many people have said, and I mean,
I don't think people want to hear conference or confab or sit together or come and talk. People are tired of talking. People want to hear, oh, the fuel prices have gone down. So please, people don't even want to hear palliative or free food. I mean, we have had enough of those. I think, I don't know, it was both of us on the show where we were talking about palliative, and someone said he got a mudu of rice. What would a mudu of rice do for a man with 4 mouths to feed in his family? So people don't want to hear, they want to see positive solutions, and the president keeps promising, oh, the reforms will take time, but eventually you would see the result of it. Nigerians don't want to hear that. People don't have food on their table. People need to feed and take care of their family. So what is the solution? What are you doing to ease life for these people? Let's take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, my name is David Ogara from Kokona, Nasarawa State. Kokona local government, Nasarawa State.
All right, David. Thank you for calling us back. Go ahead. Let's hear your thoughts on the topic of discussion this morning.
Yes, Nigeria, we are very good in initiating policies and programs, but the implementation is the major problem.
You would have to turn down the volume of your TV set and have a straight conversations with us, please.
So, you see, Jonathan did that. Jonathan initiated the national conference. But after that, what happened? Nothing. There was no implementation. A lot of resources was used, and nothing came out of it. The same thing, now the president is initiating another conference for the youth. Bring out policies and programs that will be of benefit to the youth. There is no need for this conference. No need. We are only good in wasting resources. I'm sorry to use this word. But let something very meaningful be done. What do you have for the youth? What do you have for the country? Initiate it and implement it. It's not about coming to Abuja, let people in the hotel or use the resources and do this. After that, what next?
Thank you very much, David.
There's no need for that. That is my submission.
Thank you very much and have a great day. So David, as with so many other callers who have called in this morning, the question really is, why do we even need a youth confab? What has happened to previous confabs? What have been the outcome? And before you know it, the issues will now be who is representing what state? How did they get selected? And we come here, spend 30 days, take eternity for the reports to be out, and then they will tell you the reports have to go to the National Assembly if they have to be implemented. And before you know it, another 10 years down the line, we'll just be there talking about something that has not seen the light of the day. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
Hello, my name is Daybreak. I'm calling from Niger State.
Good morning, Jibril from Niger State. What part of Niger are you calling from?
I'm calling from Lavun.
Lavun local government. Good to have you this morning. Please go ahead.
Hello. Please, where this issue of...
we can barely hear you. You would have to speak up, Mr. Jibril.
Hello.
Hello, please go ahead, but you would have to raise your voice.
Please, this inflation rate is moving up. In fact, we are begging government, please, make it reduce the fuel price. That is what caused all this inflation. It's true, because people are dying. I'm telling you, because you see a person that this thing now 30 years to keep it. Because of this cost of it, please, we are begging government, please make it reduce this oil. And it costs everything else. It costs all this. Thank you.
Thank you, Jibril from Level in Niger State. There seems to be a consensus, and I'm not sure what kind of survey or what scientific approach was deployed by the president or the presidency to come to the resolution that at this material point in time, what Nigerians needed was some kind of youth confab ahead of the very issues that stare us daily. One of them, and fundamentally the most important, being the price of energy, which sort of impacts on everything. It impacts on movement. I mean, for the average laborer who makes 3,000 naira per day as cost of income, what sense does it make to transport yourself from where you live to some point of construction that will take you about 3,000 in a day? So you become poorer by going out. You go dissipate energy, make money just to pay transport back home. Makes no sense. All down to cost of energy. So
let's quickly take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning. My name is Emmanuel Yusuf from Mina, Niger State.
Emmanuel Yusuf, thank you for joining us this morning. How is Niger State?
Yeah, Niger State is very fine.
All right.
So I have two contributions.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
One is, can this confab be done online? Seek opinions of youth online. I think they want to just waste time, 30 days, and as Ogazi rightly spoke in the office. And secondly, if he's giving speech, can't we have journalists be with him and ask questions just like it is being done in other parts of the world? That's my question to you guys in the studio.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel. I wish we had answers to those questions. We have had opportunities, to also raise these concerns about how, if the president intends to speak to Nigerians, then he should be speaking to Nigeria in every sense of the word. Basically, when he talks to us, he should give us the opportunity to also talk to him. Because we stand between him and the people who get his messages. It's also fair that what we hear from the people, we are able to tell him. And maybe we would have really been able to ask him what necessitated the need for a youth confab. We have another caller. Good morning, your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, my name is Shetima Yakudima, calling from Maiduguri.
Good morning, Mr. Shetima, and thanks for joining us this morning. Please go ahead and share your thoughts.
Honestly speaking, this youth conference, it is a way of maneuver by the government. Government is not ready to bring relief to the citizens of this country. That is the truth of the matter. There is nothing like youth conference. What youth conference will yield? It will not yield any results. It is rather to waste government money and waste time of Nigerians and series of processes to be followed. This thing is about action. It's not about conference. We all agree that the remote cause of this hardship is fuel subsidy removal. Why can't the president reverse the fuel subsidy? This is the only what we are asking for him to do. And we are the one that bring him to that seat. It is our board that bring him to become a president of this country. And we have right over this fuel subsidy. Because it's our money, it's our right. We all come out on the streets, we protest that fuel subsidy should be reversed. Why only one person can start on saying no? Is it a democracy? What type of democracy are we playing? If at all Mr. President is dancing to the tunes of Nigerians because we are the one that voted for him, he has to reverse what we are asking for. People are dying for God's sake. People are bleeding out of grasses. And Nigeria will never go this way. We are rich enough. We are rich enough, honestly. People are enriching themselves. Okay, these youths from where they are coming from they come from the well-to-do family. They don't know what the reality of the country is. They have been enjoying in the corridor of their parents with the government money. And now they will come back and say they will do youth conference. They take our money and give them another pocket money as in the name of allowances. This is what they will do.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shatima.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
And you too, please.
Yeah, they are going to do a youth conference. Money is going to be budgeted for it. You know, event people are going to be, money is going to be paid basically for people to, accommodation will be given is for 30 days. And like you said, what is the selection process? Who are the people that are going to be speaking on behalf of the youth? I'm sure they will, let's just give you a few incentives here and there for coming with transport allowance.
The incentives will not be few, I can assure you.
And then you've bought them. And they will come there and definitely speak into or towards what you want them to, and that is it. Close deal, done deal, no outcome. Let's take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, my name is Tese. You are saying calling from Benue State, Makodi local government.
I didn't get your
Mr.
name.
Tese.
Tese.
Yeah.
Yes. Please go ahead.
Yes. First and foremost, I want to say I answer the idea of youth conference.
Can you take that
for
again,
this reason?
Please? Can you come again, please?
Yes. Hello.
Please come again.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Okay. I want to condemn the idea of youth conference. It don't have meaning to us. One, the president of Nigeria started.
Hello, Mr. Tese. We seem to be having a lot of challenges hearing what you're saying. I would want to encourage that you please cut this call and call back again. Maybe you change your location a bit so that we can hear you and take your thoughts. Thank you very much. I'm not sure whether he's supporting or disagreeing with the idea. And the supporting statements are also not coming off as clean as we want them. But it will be important to see if people support these ideas and listen to some of the positions they are going to canvass. I mean, this is a marketplace of idea.
You know, I'm curious, what could actually be the advantage of the youth confab? We're bringing people together to tell you about what the youth really need. Yes, the young population is a lot. We have over 60% of youths in Nigeria or more. And it's okay and it's good to want to harness these people. But why don't you start by creating an enabling business environment for them? Why don't you start by creating employment? Then you now bring them in to talk further on what more they need. Now, let's take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. I am Musa Muhammad Sani calling from Bauchi.
Good morning, Sani. But where exactly in Bauchi are you calling from?
Bauchi town.
Oh, that's nice. Please go ahead and share your perspective.
Yeah, I want to learn my voice concerning this youth conference. You know, this is something that the federal government trying to come up with in order to divert the attention of the youth from the national issues or from the hard situation the Nigerians are going. So this one is not something that the youth are in their need of. Conferences has been organized by the previous administrations and it has not yielded any positive result. So the only thing is that...
Malan Sani, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but the youth would also argue that the last conference or conferences that we've had has been predominated by largely people above the youth bracket, and maybe their voices were not so heard, and perhaps the needs.
There are youth that participated in that conferences,
absolutely.
And those youth that participated, they are representing the Nigerian youth.
Absolutely.
And they have contributed a lot in those conferences.
I agree with you. Please go ahead.
So therefore, the only thing is that the Nigerian government should just come up with the policies that will help the youth to come out of these difficult situations that all Nigerians are going through. But the issue of national conference is just a waste of resources, waste of time, diverting people's attention from what is happening, what is disturbing them to something else. And when people talk, they will say that there is conference that is going on now. So therefore, they should wait for the outcome of the conference. So people will keep on waiting until when this tenure even expires. So they should just come out with some policies that will help people to be at least to come out from these difficult situations we are. People cannot even eat 3 square meals. Youth will go out, they have graduated from the universities and other institutions. They cannot get jobs. And even if they go to do some labor work, they cannot be able to get what will sustain them for at least that 3 square meals. So the government should just come up with the policies that at least will ameliorate the situations Nigerians are undergoing. This issue, for example, like this issue of fuel subsidy, even if you have 1 million naira, if a youth has 1 million naira now, there is no any business that he can invest and at the end of the day to get a dividend that can sustain his life. Because the more that 1 million naira is even small to serve as a capital for him to start. Because the fuel subsidy has gone up with the prices of the things. So please, Nigerian government should do something else, but not that national conference. National conference is not something that we, the Nigerian youth, are in need of. Let's just come out of this situation first, so that they can now, in the near future, they can think of that national conference. Thank you very much. This is my take-up.
Thank you, Sani. I like the way you say we, the Nigerian youths, we are not asking for a national conference. Just give us something that makes life easy, that makes us go by easily, that would enable us feed 3 times in a day, and we can take it up from there. Essentially, I think the problem of the world, as with the problem of Nigeria, is fundamental. They revolve around the basic necessities of life: food, shelter, clothes. Whatever you do that impacts on these things and keep them cheap would make life easy for the youth, and then their creative spark can begin to manifest. We have another caller. Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, I'm Enes calling from Edo State.
Where exactly in Edo?
Benin, precisely.
All right.
I congratulate the last 2 callers because they actually understood my own point of view, that the confab is a distraction. But I have a question. All right. The subsidy, we Nigerians, we are the confusing part of your situation. We are more confused than the government. We called for subsidy removal. Now we are begging for subsidy to be replaced. Have they ever asked themselves questions that if the subsidy is removed, now how much will the fuel be? How much was the fuel before subsidy was removed? Even if it's placed now, how much will the fuel be? How much was it before it was being subsidized?
So let me also return this question to you. Okay. Do you think at the current level that this fuel price for the average Nigerian, that they can sustain a fuel price of above 1,000 naira? Do you also
truth is, I am not after how the fuel price affects the individual. Okay. We should be thinking about the essence of the removal, the palliatives, and the measures. Now they are talking about confab. If you look at it, they say, some people say it's a distraction. In one way, it could be a distraction. In another way, it could be a way of helping the people, coming to ask them, okay, now that things are like this, what can we do to enumerate the sufferings of the people from your different locations with different issues? We are all not, although the fuel subsidy is actually something that affected everybody all through the country, but there are places that artisans don't get good jobs and all this, that if they have good light and everything today, they can even meet with the standard of living today. Some people need good roads and all those things, they can meet up with the standard of life today. Some people did some analysis of recent that some countries even buy fuel per liter more than Nigeria. By the cost.
What that analysis did not tell us is the earning per head in those countries.
It's higher.
So if you earn more and you are asked to pay more, then it just equates.
But sir, do you agree with me that the salary earner feels more pain than the business people? Because before, no matter what the salary earner is earning today, by the time you remove ISO allowances and expenses, the salary earner does not have anything at the end of the month. Some of them still owe debt.
Yes.
So if the country is to improve, how many countries has improved? When we say developed countries, that improved from what the salary earners does. We go do your analysis, you see that it's just the, how do I call them? Should I call them the businessmen and individual private sectors that develop those countries, not the government or the salary earners. So when we are focusing our attention, we should know where we are focusing it to. And that is why we keep seeing ourselves in this mobile jumbo. Because why? Anything they just bring up, fuel subsidy, you put don't ask yourself the impact of the fuel subsidy removal before you start clamoring, we must remove fuel subsidy. You don't ask yourself what is on ground that will fall back to by the time fuel subsidy is removed, we must remove fuel subsidy. Now we are saying we must put fuel subsidy back, we must put fuel subsidy back. What analysis have you put done now before you say they should put the fuel subsidy back?
Okay, a quick question to you. I love the fact that you mentioned, education, good roads. Do you realize that these are basic amenities that every Nigerian should be entitled to and shouldn't be clamoring for?
Nigeria is far beyond clamoring.
We're a producing country, and it's believed that every country, the basic amenity you should have is light, water, education, and food. So Nigerians are asking for this instead of a confab. Do you realize that these are basic amenities Nigerians should be entitled, especially as an oil producing state, should be entitled to?
A friend of mine abroad said something recently. He said, when a government gives us our basic amenities, the things they are supposed to give to us, we start clapping for them that they have done well. He said, but if you go abroad, before you praise any government official that he or she has done well, he must have done something outside the basic. Thank God you use the word basic amenities.
So in a nation like Nigeria, where the basic has not been done at all?
That is why I'm telling you that we have not gotten to that point where you start saying the basic amenities and all these things. We are still begging for basic amenities. We are still begging and clapping for those who give us basic amenities like the tar road. They say, hey, the man tried. Is that part of what you should be clapping for him for? Something that was budgeted for from the money allocation gotten from the same country? No, you should do something outside the budget. Something the education has been budgeted for, roads has been budgeted for, electricity budget is there for. So we should go outside the box. When we go outside the box, that's when we can now say, okay, he has done well or he has not done well. But what I'm trying to counter your question a little bit is that we have not gotten to the extent of asking that question because why? We are still begging. We have not gotten a government that even concentrated on the basic, not to talk of completing the basic and going extra mile. So if you are asking for more when you have not been given the basic, it means you are even more confused than the Nigeria today. So we shouldn't be thinking of asking for more. Instead, we should focus our nerves on how we can really put this country on a stable lane. Not today, put first subsidy, tomorrow, remove first subsidy, today, do the. Now, if we are all saying they should remove first subsidy, now look at the situation, they've removed it. We are now saying they should put it back. Have you asked yourself what happens? Have you studied government that if first subsidy is put back, the government will now tell you that taxes needs to be raised in order to pick first subsidy? No, you've not asked yourself. You are running from fire to fire all the time.
Do you also agree that we can make these things better if the government had consulted before going ahead to make its decision, rather than make decisions and justify them?
I'm sorry to say this. I have not the way the first subsidy was removed. If I'm right to, because I don't know if it was only me that noticed it, that it was removed without any deliberation. Immediately the president was declared. We heard first subsidy has been removed, and immediately, whether it was joke or not, immediately fuel stations started increasing their price. So what am I trying to say with this? Is the fact that He felt that was our pressure. That was why that was the center of attention when he was giving his acceptance speech. And immediately he took impact on us. That was our pressure. So we should mind what we are pressurizing for. Because you say consultation, where is it? Everybody was rejoicing. We all, including you yourself here, you rejoiced that the fuel subsidy will be clamoring for has been removed. So why today, why are we crying over spilled milk? That we should come and replace the fuel subsidy again? So look at it critically. Ask yourself what is going to be the impact by the time the fuel subsidy is added back. The government is telling you they removed the fuel subsidy right now. And they are paying, they are using the money for other things. They have not told you that they have excess fund yet. Now you say we should put maybe the money removed from the subsidy has been allocated for other expenses. Then now you say we should put okay, fine, if I'm even the president, oh fine, we want to put the first subsidy back. But actually we don't have the revenue. So we have to generate revenue. Okay, tax on this, tax on that, tax on that. You start seeing toll gates on different places and all these things for roads and all these things that each basic amenity has to generate internal revenue. Then you now tell me, because as you're passing the road now freely, you think it's not being done. It's done by the government. The government will tell you they want money to come from there. I thank God Lagos is an example.
All right.
Lagos, where the president was a former governor, is an example of what I'm trying to tell you. So let us be conscious of what we are doing. Let's think of the outcome before we start coming together. When it comes to things that will...
All right. Somewhere the network has to put us under at that point. But I think it mother makes the point about how we should be wary of what we ask for. I think that's the summary of what he's saying. In a way, he also reminds us that as far as fuel subsidy is concerned, that era is gone.
Yeah.
He's beginning to sound like the president in a way. Fuel subsidy is gone. It's gone. And we should start thinking of how else to survive, what else to do without clamoring for a reversal of that decision. I understand we have another caller. Your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, good morning. I'm David. I'm calling from Oshobo.
Good morning, Mr. David from Oshobo. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I see the president have made the speech, but all I see around the speech is not what Nigeria is really clamoring for. Because Nigeria is clamoring for what will take effect on Nigerians immediately, not the future or the relationship with Nigeria and other countries.
Low-hanging fruit.
I've heard what they just this guy from Medo, the last speaker, said. I discovered that he has not yet really feel the impact of the economy going on. Because number one, the president didn't really consulted anybody before he removed the subsidy. And I want to ask him, if he is hearing, who told him that even now there is no subsidy? Because when you listen to the happenings between NNPCL and Dangote, you will know that there is still subsidy going on, and they are not telling us clearly. So instead of them hiding under one finger, telling us there is no subsidy, while they are paying huge amount in subsidy, it's better they subsidize and bring down the cost of things. The NNPCL, they have taken advantage of Nigerians because they are big. They are big masters in that field, and they are even controlling the president himself. Is what they said that stands, not what the president say. We know all that. Nobody tamper with the price. When they jack up the price to 1,000 plus, we had it, and they were questioned. They lied. They say no, they are not the one that gave the NNPCL the authority to jack the price. But before 2 days, it was effected, and all the filling stations effected it, even those that bought the fuel at the last price. I mean, the old price, which is lesser, they hike their price immediately. So what are we saying? The president should please listen to Nigeria, look into how he can bring enough food, because we know a good economist knows that once there is the demand is higher than the supply, there will be high cost. But when the supply is higher than the demand, things go down. Nigerians are not asking for much, just as you have said. The basic things, food especially. Somebody can survive with one clothes for a whole year. He can survive hanging around with friends, sleeping and go out for work, but he cannot survive without food. So the president should look on, he should stop lying to us that they have opened borders today, or he's committed in doing what Nigerians is committed in bringing down the hardship of Nigeria, and yet he's not specifying areas that he wants to touch for us to know what he's doing. Now, calling for the confab, I am not 100% in support of the confab, of the youth conference, because just like the other speaker said, it's another way. Why did he bring the confab now? When the previous protests took place, he said they should down tools so that they will come to table and discuss. He never brought any youth to the table to discuss. But when he saw that this October protest is going to be more tougher, he is bringing the confab now. So I saw that also as a high distraction and deception from.
Okay.
All right. David from Oshogbo. Yeah. Thank you very much for those insightful contributions. And,
hello?
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right. I think one of the callers nearly sneaked in, but somehow.
It's sad that everybody is saying the same thing except our caller, the other one who said, "Oh, Nigerians asked for this." I've always had this problem. A new bill is being introduced, and opportunities is being given to people to, you have time to scroll through social media, so read up on it a little bit and get to understand it and clamor rightly, which is what he also came out to say. But the point still stands. There are other important and pressing issues that the president should have looked towards instead of just a confab. Now let's take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. I'm Muhammad.
Muhammad, where are you calling from? Good morning.
I'm calling from Moru Zamfara.
All right, Muhammad, please can you turn down the volume of your TV set or move away completely from your TV set and talk to us through your phone so we really hear what you have to say.
Mohammed, thank you.
Okay, Mohammed, please, when you're calling, do well to turn down the volume of your TV set and talk to us through your phone, because it's this echo that would, make us not hear you. All right, let's take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. I'm Emmanuel coming from.
Good morning, Emmanuel. Are you still there? Where are you calling from?
Yeah. I'm calling from Owerri, Emmanuel from Owerri. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Emmanuel.
Okay, please, I want to contribute. Concerning this National Youth Conference, I don't see anything coming out of it, because during the last two administrations, good luck, we had similar something, even more important than this one. Up to now, the report are not implemented. Any person in Nigeria believing this government that he will do what they have said, that person, with all due respect, need to re-examine himself or herself. Because these governments are full of empty promises, lies upon lies, giving Nigerians unnecessary useless hope, if I may use that word. Okay, look at the policy they brought the other about how many months ago, the tax relief and import duty relief from foodstuff, rice and beans. Up to now, it's not been implemented for how many months now? Okay, look at our savior, Dangote refinery, that came on stream. For how many months now? They have not supplied the crude oil, even the one they promised, 1st October, they will sell crude to Naira. This is second, we have not had anything. So they keep on giving us promises on promises without even fulfilling one. How do we, it's like they think we don't have sense, or or what, I don't even understand. Eh? I see this APC government as a government that wants to just loot our natural resources without even giving us any sense of belonging, any hope. Look at, President Tinubu met Naira at about $600 to $700 a dollar. Now it's $1,700 a dollar to Naira. From where will we start to compare? If you compare and protest, they will start shooting guns, shooting tear gas. Is it the solution to our problem? This national income for 1 month, so give the allowances for 1 month. After everything, nothing will come out of it. In fact, we are just existing in this country. We are just believing God that maybe by tonight we will sleep and wake up, anything we see we take, because we are totally disconnected from anything concerning government. They are in their own world, while we, the middle class, poor, are in our own world. Look at what happened to look at what happened in Maiduguri, the flood that happened. Up till now, the money donated have not been implemented. People there have not been given any support. They are still crying. Nothing. They will come. Tinubu stand there, make points of promises. Even say that he will not go to national. The conference that our president came back from, because of the fraud issue. Up till now, he have not done anything. So let's just.
Thank you very much.
We are as a person. I'm just tired of this government. I don't know. I don't have anything. I don't believe them anymore. I don't believe them.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel.
Thank you, my brother.
From Owerri. And we hope all of you are doing very well in that part of the country. We'll continue to keep hope alive. Leaders will come and leaders will go, but this country would remain. When we sing our national anthem and our pledges, we pledge to this country. We pledge to uphold this country, as one indivisible nation. We do not pledge loyalty to president, because presidents are from our stocks as a people, and they will come and go. So we would never be tired of standing by this country, of defending this country, because ultimately that's the only country, or rather this is the only country that we have. But it's safe to say that the jury is out as far as this national confab, or rather national youth confab as it were, it's concerned. People want more urgent, more pressing, more cogent needs to be addressed, rather than spend billions of naira on a talk shop where they do not see any value. And they are not just speaking from, they are not just, how would I call it, just passing judgment on the intentions of the president. They are speaking from experience. We have the report of one sitting on the shelf for 10 years. And no government since that report had bothered, to look at what they can take out of it. For as long as they are not the conveners, then the suggestions or the outcomes of this report would rather appear not too important to them. And so if they would treat that like that, I wonder what they would do with the recommendations of a youth confab that would even have the tendency to go wilder in recommendations than we have seen with the National Youth Confab that were convened by previous presidents. So it is what it is. The impression of Nigerians as far as the National Youth Confab is concerned. Like we said, the jury is out as far as this phone-in session is concerned.
All right, thank you so much for joining us on this phone-in section.